extremely challenging, I imagine, to lead through, because it's like you really can't make anyone happy.
That's exactly
it's
right.
Sort of like you
It's similar to what
making an enemy with the police, you're making an enemy with the protesters. Like you're kind of trapped in the middle of that, and it's like you want to support both, but you can't. You kind of you're like trapped.
Kate, I remember at the time saying people like, well, you need to choose a team. And I was like, excuse me? What do you mean by that? Well, you need to choose, are you on the side of the police or are you on the side of the protesters? And I was like, I'm going to choose Richmond, right? I'm going to do my job and lead. And my job during that time was to provide order, to provide direction, and also be the authority to bring normalcy back to the city. And what you realize is when you start having to fulfill those three parts of your job, people aren't very happy about it.
Yeah, they're not fans.
Right, they're not a fan of it. It was also the same with the pandemic, with promoting or supporting, healthy behaviors like, mask and people going out there and getting vaccines. People simply do not like being told what to do.
Right.
And so you have to be the leader who's responsible for the greater good of everyone. And so when people say, well, are you on this team or that team? I was like, I'm on Team Richmond. I'm going to do my job and lead us through this. It means I'm probably going to piss this person off and piss that person off and step on this toe and step on that toe. But at the end of the day, I look back at that.
Kind of unavoidable.
In the job of being mayor anyway. I look back at it, though, and this is what I'm appreciative of in terms of people on the street grabbing me and say, Mayor, you did as well as anybody else could have done during such a situation. And I always like to remind folks, when you take a look at what occurred here in Richmond in 2020 compared to other cities that you saw on TV during that same period of time, we fared far better than they did. And the post, the after was better as well in terms of, more and more people decided to move to Richmond, more investment arrived in Richmond. So we've recovered even better from compared to other cities as well. So,
was there anything in that period, or even otherwise in your time as mayor, that you would have wanted to do differently? I mean, is there anything that you think to yourself? I mean, I know for a fact, and personally speaking, that I always learn more when I lose than when I win, because you can really take a deep, hard look at something and say, what did I do there? Is there anything that rattles around in your brain as like man, what did I do there?
When you're the chief executive, you've got this vision and you've got this plan, and you go in with a plan and promises that you made on the campaign trail, and you're like, all right, how do I get all of these promises accomplished and you're hoping for another 4 years, so for 8 years. And you may come in with an idea, and then things like situations like a pandemic or unrest may override.
Derail your plans.
Yes, and you're just like, okay.
What plans are we talking about? Casino?
No, I was talking more about like development, the Navy Hill effort. I still look at the downtown area north of Broad Street, that's still fenced up, still blighted. The problems still persist. And
to yourself, what if that had?
What if?
Yeah.
Right? Because it would have been in operation now. The arena would be here.
And you live here, so it's not like, you're
that's right.
seeing
So
it all the time.
I drive down Lee Street regularly.
Yeah.
And I see that, and I was like, what could have been? And here's the thing: the jobs that would have been would have come along with such a project would have been also would have boosted our economy here.